There are certain things that you should be aware of when you travel to a foreign country. Patterns of behavior that are acceptable in your country may actually be insulting to people in other cultures. Body language also varies. Gestures that mean one thing in your culture may not be understood or may have a different meaning in another culture. If you're going to travel to the U.S. as a tourist, as a student, or on business, it's advisable to observe the following. Americans usually shake hands when they first meet people and business acquaintances. They greet others by making eye contact and smiling, and it is also common to introduce people using first names. In general, they like to keep their distance and are uncomfortable if someone moves in really close. The acceptable distance is approximately 40 centimeters, about an arm's length. Americans are very punctual and are not tolerant of lateness for social occasions, and especially for business meetings. Being late for a meeting or an appointment is considered a sign of disrespect. Most business entertainment takes place in restaurants. It is not common for Americans to bring business into their homes. When they become friends, they might invite colleagues for a meal to their house. Guests are not expected to bring gifts, but a small token, such as chocolates or flowers, is usually well received.
It's polite to shake hands. It's advisable to study the customs. It's impolite to stare at someone. It's common to exchange business cards.
So, what's it like living and working in China?
Well, to be honest, in today's globalized world, there isn't really all that much difference anymore, especially in big cities like Shanghai, where I'm based. There's a lot of traffic, crowded subways and buses, tall skyscrapers, and modern shopping malls just like in other large cities around the world.
Have any differences struck you?
Well, the food is very different, and eating with chopsticks was tricky at first, especially rice and noodles. But I've got the hang of it.
What about the language?
Most of the people I work with speak English well. I'm still learning Chinese to handle everyday situations.
Is there anything else you're not used to yet?
No, I've adjusted to the way of life. However, there's still one thing that's kind of weird to me. In China, the family name comes before the first name, and millions of people have the same surname. For example, Wang, Li, Zhang, Chen, and so on are the most common.
No kidding.
Yeah. At work, when I called out Zhao, 3 colleagues used to answer me, but I managed to solve the problem.
What did you do?
Your ending. What do you think Edgar answers?
1. I found out the first name of each one. 2. Together we came up with a Western name for each: John, George, and Joe. 3. I left my workstation and went and talked to each one.